All right, welcome back to LearnWire. What we're going to do is a test of this brand new ChatGPT-4o for, I believe it stands for omnipresent. And it is supposed to be more cost effective than the previous versions of ChatGPT, even 4 and Turbo. And it's also supposed to be twice as fast and more sophisticated. It's pretty cool, but let's go and test it and see how well it does. Now, all these tests have been done within the last 4 or 5 weeks, and so they're all still pretty much. I did do a test, I believe, over here. I just reran this one, and depending on the AI detection, I did this test probably a month ago, and I reran it, and it was about a 45 today, and I had originally a 55 right here. So this is the originality score, and using originality to see what the AI says on detection. And so basically, it was nice to just go back and do a test, and it was relatively close, even a month later. So in a sense, I don't know how they obviously. Originality has a very sophisticated algorithm to determine if it's AI generated or not, but this video is not about that. We're just going to let it run the number, and that's what we get. This one right here actually needs to just be changed to no fill. So we're keeping track of what we got over here. You can see what the overall scores are right here. I did have the time before making this video to go and fill in the blanks. When we added in originality and Grammarly scores over here to the testing, I had to go into all these softwares right here and add, I was able to find those articles and then went and ran them through the testing and so forth. So right now we have SEO writing and agility writer. So we have agility writer right there is testing really highly. So we have agility writer and we have SEO writing AI. Not surprising that those two are testing really well. And then also this newcomer that I have been using a lot is Reword. They got a really good score, and I like the interface and the simplicity and the style because it's not really, the difference is these two are very much SEO related, getting all those semantic LSI keywords and really trying to rank on-page SEO. And then Reword doesn't do that. You can't even put LSI keywords in there. It's just totally different software, and it's testing really well as well. But right now we're going to perform this new test. Let's go check out ChatGPT-4. I don't know if I guess that's an O. It's a lowercase o, I believe. If I'm wrong, you guys can correct me in the comments, but I believe that it stands for omni or omnipresent. It can do some pretty crazy stuff. If you go to the landing page of ChatGPT-4o, they're doing some crazy stuff with AI. It's just getting ridiculous. But I just want to test out a simple prompt right here. Write me a blog article, and I want to see if this outperforms Claude Opus or ChatGPT-4 original. So we're going to go in. We're going to go into ChatGPT. We're going to go into open up a new page, and here's where you can select. So you can actually select between your 3.5, and then if you pay monthly, like I have been for a year now, is you've got ChatGPT-4 advanced model, and then now the newest and most advanced model is the 4o right there. So we're going to go ahead and just put this in right over here like we have. Write me a blog article. And I realize that this is intentional, that this is not, I didn't ask it to give me an outline or anything. I just want to see what it can do right out of the gates. And that's what I did with all these tests right over here, is that I just took that right there and we just ran with what the platform can do for us with a basic write me an article about this keyword. So right here, I'm saying, write me an 800 word about how to train a puppy to pee outside in Markdown formatting. So here we go. It does do like an image thing right there. I'm not really sure what that is, but here we go. So we have the Markdown formatting right here. This is different that it's doing it here in this like black screen right over here, like what it does when it usually does coding and so forth. I want this to actually just be in just regular formatting like we would want to paste. So I'm going to go ahead and just take this right over here, and I'm going to just, nope, it won't let me copy inside the box, which is interesting. I'm going to go ahead and just copy that right there, and we'll go into Markdown real quick, and we will just go and paste that in. We pasted the Markdown right here, and then it should go into, like right over here, it's not doing the Markdown. So I'm not really sure what's going on there. Let me be right back. All right, so I'm going to be stepping out just a little bit outside of that because ChatGPT-4o is doing this different thing that I haven't seen it do this before. It didn't do this when I performed in just regular old ChatGPT-4. So right over here, I just said, I'm going to just put it in layman's terms. Hey, this needs to be ready to paste into WordPress with headings, subheadings, bullets, tables, etc. I'm going to go ahead and push enter and see if we can fix that with that. And this is what we're looking for. So we have how to train your puppy to be outside. Training a puppy to be outside is one of the most important steps to ensuring a harmonious relationship between you and you probably wouldn't want to use this word because it's a fancy kind of technical term, and you probably wouldn't want to put that in. You probably want to change that out. In this guide, we'll walk you through the steps to successfully house train your puppy. I do that it kept it at just a couple sentences. That's great. Understanding your puppy's needs. Puppies have small bladders. After waking up, after eating, drinking, playing, approximately 2 to 3 hours. Step-by-step guide. All right, so there we go. And there is our article. So we'll go and just see what we were able to get out of this. We'll copy that. I just want to see how many words we got. So we got a 500-word article. It didn't write the 800. It's not one thing that they just don't have for us that I'm sure you guys would agree that it's just lacking, is that it just struggles to ever write the amount of words that you want it to write. It can't even write 800 words for us. It only wrote 500 words. And you would think that if this is their most advanced version of this LLM, that they would be able to give us more than 500 words on an article. And I specified that I wanted it to be an 800-word article. So we're going to take that, though. You know what? I'm going to see, can you make this 100 words? And let's just see. I really want to push it a little bit. Here's an expanded version of the article, now expanded to approximately 800 words. We'll see what it can do for us. Okay, so let's test this out. It does look longer. So we'll go and check this out real quick. Right there, we'll right click and drum roll, please. And we're at 926 words. Okay, that's impressive. I'm impressed that we were able to ask it to write 800 words, and then it expanded, and then it reached our goal. That is something I'm not really sure that we were able to do all in one run before. It was hit and miss, but that's pretty cool that on the first try that it did that. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this. We're going to go and do our testing right now. So what I'll do is I'll open up Content Grader, which I want to get a rework of this at some point, but we're not going to do that right now. And it usually just gives 8s and 9s out. Helpfulness is only an 8. You would think that it would perform better than that, but it's giving it an 8 for helpfulness right here. So that didn't change. But remember, this is totally with a grain of salt, guys. Take this with a grain of salt because we're just using, this is preloaded. This GPT is preloaded with all the prerequisites or rules or expectations that Google currently has for ranking your content. And then I'm asking it to give it a grade. But at the end of the day, this is just AI grading AI, right? So it's definitely just take it with a grain of salt. Doesn't really mean much. Human sounding is a 9. And so we didn't get, let's see, ChatGPT-4. Okay, never mind. Sorry, we're in ChatGPT. So we got to compare. This one moved up a notch, and then this one stayed the same. So we did get 1 total point more on this right there. We're going to go into Hemingway and test that out now. And we'll go and just paste this in right over here. And we got a grade 6. So we'll come back over here. And the Hemingway grade is a 6. And earlier we were able to get a 6 as well. So not much change there. And we get a 2 points for that right there. Let's go and test out the originality score right over here. And we will go ahead and scan this real quick. Remember, this is also a grain of salt. I'm just doing these tests because I know some of you would like these kind of tests. You guys can do with it what you want, right? Don't even have to get really even opinionated about if this is good or not. But we got a 1% original score, so that's not good at all. Originality, we've got a 1% right there. And so we come up to our chart up here and we get 1 point because it's not a 0. So we do get 1 point for that, but that's not good at all. And then finally, we'll go into Grammarly right over here, and we will test this out as well. So this is just, remember, a sheer write me an article about this test, and that's how we've performed these tests. And we've even used the same query to make it as a controlled test as we possibly can. And it got an 86. There's nothing that's blowing, us out of the water. It's literally an 86. And we get 3 points right here. So it actually went down right there. So if we actually take this. I want to make sure that this is put in correctly. Equals, and then it's going to be a this plus and plus that. So it was right. So we got a 23 score, and ChatGPT-4 was able to pull a 27. So this ChatGPT-4o Omni, if we just went with my testing right here, testing it against its previous version, it actually scored 4 points less, 4 points lower than we got earlier. It is what it is. Wanted to get this test out to you guys. This is probably, I think, further testing. If I go over here and I do some blind tests like this, we do it 10 times, comparing ChatGPT-4o versus ChatGPT-4 to see out of 10 tests what comes out on top. But I just wanted to get this test out to you guys. It may write faster. There might be some things that it's going to shine at and do really well with, but as far as maybe blog writing in general, not sure that it is any better than its previous version. And the test doesn't lie right here. It performed less. So let me know what you guys think. It's only been out for 24 hours. Have you guys done any tests like this? Are you guys impressed with it? I think that there's some things that it can do that are just insane that we'll have to all explore together. But for literally just writing a blog post, in my test, it did not perform as well. So I wanted to get this test out to you guys. Drop some comments below what you guys think. Did you think this is just really hypey? Everybody knows about it. Everybody's talking about it in my communities. People are already getting videos out about it. And I wanted to just go and do the AI testing. And I do have at least a test that I'm performing here that this may not be the best testing that there is, but we are measuring the things that you guys would want. What does the originality say? What does Grammarly say about this content? What is the Hemingway reading score? And this is the best I can do as far as building a helpfulness content score. The only other thing that I'm not putting on here, because I'm not really, I think that following a lot of SEO people, a lot of people are saying that we're moving away from this on-page SEO stuff, like keyword stuffing our articles and putting as many LSI keywords and NLP keywords, and the whole loaded with SEO type days are over. Putting an emphasis on that. And then I would basically, the only other column I would add in here would be like a neuron writer score to see like what basically score it gets after we add the title and the heading, and then add the article, what score it scores. But at this point, I have articles ranking that I've done no SEO with using reword, and then I have other articles that I've SEO'd the heck out of, and then they don't rank. So in a sense, this on-page SEO stuff is not really. I think that Google's algorithm and AI can tell what your article's about regardless of how many keywords you stuff in it. But that's just me, in my opinion. So that's why I don't have an SEO score on here. I just really want to see what AI reads the best, has the highest originality scores, and has good Grammarly scores, and is helpful and human sounding. So that's what we're grading here in this test. But like I said, ChatGPT-4o on this first test, remember, this is just one test, but it didn't blow any of the other articles or softwares out of the water. It simply performed pretty bad, actually. So far, Koala actually performed the worst in our test, and this is actually right. I went and just did these grades right here. Originality scored 0, AI grade right there. But at the same time, if you're heavily editing your articles after you write them, then this right here doesn't matter possibly, because there's a lot of websites that are ranking with only Koala content. So I'm just performing these tests, and you guys can take this information and do what you want with it. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you in the next video.